At some point, they said they plan to support other games, though, so that would be nice. It's decent. Get to guarantee your third resource drop. For those unfamiliar, Hex is a fully digital TCG. It does a lot of things similar to Magic, but a lot of their format designs are a lot better in a lot of ways. Their standard format hasn't been miserable for months, in other words. Nah, I'm going to play a match or two of Hex. I'm just going to call it a day. Opponent's playing Haraza the Incinerator. One of the things I love about Hex is that you get to make... So, like, in Modern, for example, this issue is like, really rampant. When you're trying to play, like, a fair interactive deck in Modern, a lot of the times you just, like, lose the game before it starts. Because, like, you kept a hand that's, like, kind of medium against, like, Burn, for instance, and you just get run over because they're playing Burn. In Hex, we have these champion portraits here that aren't just cosmetic. They kind of give you some information about what deck your opponent is likely playing. So, like, for instance, Haraza the Incinerator is generally a champion that's played in aggressive decks. So I know I should keep a hand that's on the faster side on average if possible. Pretty good here. The threats are better than the answer all the time. That's a problem Hex doesn't have. The answers in Hex are really powerful and flexible too. Like this card is so sweet. Runebind. It's kind of it takes a card on the chain or in play. So in Hex you can respond to things. You can see when my opponent played their card, I had to say let it resolve, and it turns it into a mysterious rune, which kind of puts it in like the stasis state until. Yeah, but Hearthstone, this game has a lot of the depth that you expect from a game like Magic without, while also having that kind of added benefit to it. The ladder on Hex is also best 2 out of 3, so you get to, I chose wrong there on my bait weaver. I should take a resource, but it worked out. Hex ladder is also best 2 out of 3. I find it really frustrating when I'm playing a card game and like their ladder system is like best of 1. It's like, well, that really encourages you to play like linear, non-interactive decks because your opponent's never going to have a chance to play a post-reserves game or post-board game where they can like fix their deck or skew their control deck towards beating you better. Got punished for waiting here. I'll do that. I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn. So the deck I'm playing is kind of a Storm-esque combo deck. It plays this card Cyclone Shaper that makes all of my actions cost 1 less. And then it kind of chains through its deck, drawing a bunch of cards and generating a bunch of troops until it can play the Psychic Ascension card that gets cheaper every time we play an action. And the Psychic Ascension card basically generates a bunch of different troops for us so we can beat our opponents down. This card says whenever I play a non-resource, all the cards and other cards in my hand get +2 cost. So I'm going to go ahead and take this hit here. Altar of Nilzansher. So I'm going to go ahead and Runebind my opponent's Wise Magistrate here, which again puts it in that kind of stasis state off to the side, so that way hopefully next turn I can combo if they don't have interaction for my Cyclone Shaper. My champion power is something, so every time I play a resource, I gain what's called a charge power, a point towards my champion power, which says that when I hit 4 charges, I can use this Illuminate effect. So Consult the Talons normally costs 7, but I can exhaust a troop I control to make it cost 2 less, and I can do that up to 3 times. And then with the Cyclone Shaper's reduction as well, it gets down to costing 0. Let's see if my opponent has a way to interact with my Cyclone Shaper here or not. Might have a Martyr. Yeah, so Martyr takes my troop and turns it into a power-up for the rest of my team, basically. So the rest of my guys all get +1/+1 now. This, put a non-resource on top of my deck. So what I just played here was an Ice, and this is another good way that Hex reduces variance in the game. So this Ice is kind of like a super Scryland. It lets me stack the next card in my deck to be whatever I want in terms of resource or non-resource. So I think I'd like to draw a non-resource next. I'm going to draw a resource next turn, hit my 6th one guaranteed. And then go ahead and pass back to my opponent. Why are you kicking me, tiny child? Hopefully, my opponent misses on drawing a resource this turn. They did not. Probably pretty dead here now. We'll play this. Choose a non-resource. Okay, we found a Transmogrifade. And we hit a Cyclone Shaper. That's pretty good. So can we live through this next turn is the question. I'm going to put a guaranteed non-resource on top of my deck. I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn to my opponent. Need to be able to live through this next turn and get rid of this Wise Magistrate, which this Transmogrifade allows us to do. Unfortunately, my opponent's champion creates this burning banner that gives all their other troops speed. So if they have a couple troops to play out here, they could just kill us this turn. Looking like that's what's going to happen here. Be a turn too slow. Because they had the martyr from a thing. Yep. So I can transmog that, but then we're taking 2 hits. Having their Wise Magistrate hate card up front was pretty good. Shave, a Heart's Whisper for this Into the Unknown. This Into the Unknown returns a card to my opponent's hand and then transforms all copies of that card in their hand and deck into a differently named card. So basically it says, hey, take your hate card and shove it. I'm bringing 2 of those. Hex has, there are 2 cards currently banned in Hex's standard format. So unlike other digital card games where they change the text on cards, because Hex has multiple formats, they have a non-rotating format called Immortal, and there's also a PvE aspect to the game where you can play against the computer. And instead of changing the text on cards, they leave them as printed once they release, so that way they can still be used in other formats even if they're too good for standard. Hex handles bans in a really elegant way. They have a public watch list on their website that you can click into to kind of poke around and see, hey, what cards are potentially, what cards are potentially on the chopping block. So I don't necessarily want to pick those up, or if I am picking them up, I know there's like some risk involved in picking them up, which is nice. For my opponent to submit the reserves here. Minutes to do that. Fully we could dodge. I think we could have beaten one or the other that game. We could have beaten the Wise Magistrate or the what's it called? Or the Martyr, but not both. It's fine. Got some guaranteed resources. Got some Transmogrifades to disrupt my opponent if they do draw their hate cards this game, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and Fate Weave a non-resource to the top of my deck since I already have 3 resources guaranteed. I also have Guidance, which is like a super powerful and flexible cantrip. It lets me Fate Weave and then draw cards. Basically, this guaranteed draws me a resource if I need it, or guaranteed draws me a non-resource if I need that. Light the Votives is perfect. So Light the Votives is an Escalate card. The first time you play it, it creates 1/1/1, and then it puts itself back into my deck. And the next time I play it, it creates 2 1/1s. And the time after that I play it, it creates 3 1/1s, etc. So every time it just kind of snowballs up, building more and more 1/1s. It's possible I should have played this Guidance there, but I kind of want to hold the Guidance to see what I draw this turn. Because like if I draw a resource this turn, I don't want to Guidance a resource. But yeah, so I didn't draw a resource, so I'm going to go ahead and Guidance a resource here, so I get to guaranteed play 4 in 4 turns. My champion power creating a troop is useful because I have cards with the mobilize effect on it. So like this card costs 7, so this troop can reduce it to cost at 5, and then when I make another troop here, I can reduce it to cost 3. Hacky channel with the 18-month resubscription. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I appreciate the continued support, a year and a half. I have 2 Transmogrifades here, so I'm gonna go ahead and burn one on this Llama Herder. This Llama Herder, every time it readies or untaps for the Magic players in the audience, it creates another 2/2 for my opponent, so it kind of goes wide pretty quickly. So keeping my opponent off of having access to that seems pretty valuable. Opponent misses their 3rd shard drop here. One of the things our deck has over decks like what my opponent is playing is that like my deck is far more consistent than anything they're trying to put together. Light the Votives is perfect here. So this makes 2 1/1s for it because it's the 2nd time we've played it. They actually do plan to support extra games at some point, Hecky. So hopefully I can talk them into doing Hex. We're crackling, magmaing my 1/1/1. Sure. This makes 2 guys. And then I champ power here to make 1 more guy. And then I get to consult. Timing for my opponent there. Flooding a little bit. That's fine. Alright, another Consult the Talons. Do that, see what we get. Light the Votives. 1 makes 3 guys. Arcane Focus. Transmog, sure. Now I'm happy to burn a Transmog on this Animus. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Sapphire Shard as opposed to the Diamond Ice because I think I would like to hold up a Transmog / Runebind this turn. Animus, sure. Transmog that one as well. And random 1 drop. This thing gets to exhaust something whenever it or another socketed troop enter play under their control, so they get to exhaust that. Really need to find like a consult into a pocket of non-resources here, right? Like had 2 consults or like a Heart's Whisper into some non-resources. The Unknown's not particularly good in the current position we're in. A non-resource on top of my deck. Like this would be much better if it was a right now. So my opponent's got 10 charges stored up here, but their champion power requires double ruby threshold, so they need another ruby resource before they're going to be able to get to that. That's fine. Exhaust something here. Take 3 again from this. Non-resource, make it a good one. Good calling, it's not bad. I get to mobilize, exhaust one of my troops. I look at the top 3 cards in my deck and I take 1 to my hand. Heart's Whisper is perfect, and the card I take to my hand with this also gets mobilized. So instead of this costing 3, I can exhaust one of my troops to make it cost just 1. And get 2 cards. One of them is a guaranteed non-resource. Cyclone Shaper is not bad. You saw when I played the Thunderfield Seer there, a little animation came off of it. Thunderfield Seer has a mechanic called Prophecy, so it modifies the next action of my deck to gain the line of text, draw a card when I play it. The next action that comes off the top of our deck will draw a card in addition to the normal effects that it has. Here's the Burning Banner. I think I'm going to Into the Unknown this Burning Banner. Oh, I can't. Oh, I'm going to Runebind the Burning Banner. Yeah, let's do that. Again, this puts the card in a stasis state, so my opponent's troops lose that +1 attack power and speed, so like this one can't attack this turn. No, Hex never shuffles. The only reason you have to shuffle in paper TCGs, if you think about it, is to like ensure people aren't cheating, right? 3 guys in front of here, jump in front of there. Another hit from 4 from this. Hopefully we draw an action and not a resource here. It's a heck of an action. Alright, so we ascend and we draw a card here. Now, every time we play an action, we get a random troop. So this is like the ultimate win condition in our deck. It's every time we play an action, we get a random troop. And our deck is just full of actions that mostly draw more actions. So everything becomes fairly free fairly quickly. I'm just going to take a Cyclone Shaper here, actually. This Cyclone Shaper has a mechanic called Empower on it. So what that allows us to do is I can hit this Empower button, and it doubles every number on this card. So you can see it goes from being a 3-cost 2/3 to a 6-cost 4/6. And instead of reducing the cost of my cards by 1, it reduces the cost of my cards by 2. So Into the Unknown is now free. No, it increases every number on the card. Transmogrifade this guy, hopefully into something. And you can see when I transmogrifaded here, I generated a troop from my champion power. Correct, Pyra. So you can actually technically stack Fate Weave so long as you're not like randomly selecting the same thing twice. So like if you Fate Weave a non-resource to the top of your deck twice, you're likely going to have non-resource immediately on top. Okay, so they got their Burning Banner back. What cards add lines of text with the number on it? I'm trying to think of something that I was just saying, they might try and martyr one of their troops here. I'm just going to Into the Unknown this. Ooh, we drew a Consult. This Consult the Talon is probably going to end the game here. I would not be surprised if it doesn't props a concession. Gonna make a random 7-drop for us to draw us 3 cards. It doesn't. Don't even need to see the Consult. Okay, fair. Oh, it does say all starting numbers in this card's text box. Huh. Weird. I wonder why they made that difference. It actually says here in the reminder text that it is only starting. All right, what does this hand do? It doesn't have any anti-hate cards in it, but it's got like Cosmic Calling plus Thunderfield Seer here, so I think it's fine. Runebind's like a pseudo anti-hate card. It can like buy us time. Sorry, I was tweeting a funny picture that Rogue linked me. Go ahead and play the Seer out on one, I think. Opponent has multiple hate cards, but could be in trouble here. This hand could probably beat a Wise Magistrate. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Eternal carbon copied Hex's resource system stage. So the only difference, the only difference between Eternal and Hex is how the fixing works in a small way. Because in Hex, what's the word I'm searching for? In Hex, your dual resources give you one or the other. They don't give you both. They haven't played a hate card yet, so that's good for us. Consult the Talons that draws an extra card. So let's start with this and see what we find here. Huh. Have this Arcane Focus for now. Guidance. How's it calling off of here? I'm gonna grab the Psychic Ascension for now, just so we have it in our hands. That way when we start comboing off, we can go for it all the way. I'm gonna go ahead and Guidance now, grab a resource. Would you rather do a 6-hour stream of Star of Modern or a 12-hour stream of Hearthstone? Well, I don't really have a lot of experience with Hearthstone. AYGel89 with the 313 subscription. Thank you for the continued support. Welcome back. I can't really give an informed opinion on that. I never the CCG model is so frustrating and annoying for me that I just like never really got into Hearthstone. Like I played their arena mode a little bit for the limited, and we've all played a little bit of Hearthstone, right? But just like the so they had the Animus here, but they didn't have the second Ruby for their champion power, which is good for us. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this Consult for 4 cards. Inject the cards directly into my veins here. Sweet. I have to go ahead and play this Light the Votives. One of these has Mobilize, right? One has Mobile. Let's mobilize this off the Light the Votives. Little punished here. I'll take this Cosmic Calling. Play this. Cyclone Shaper is fantastic. Pass the turn to my opponent here, holding this Runebind up, so hopefully we don't die. And then hopefully next turn when we play the Cyclone Shaper out, we can combo off and win the game. All right, they hit the threshold for their Burning Banner here. Second Animus, yep. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and Runebind this Burning Banner, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, if we're not exceedingly unlucky, we should combo kill him this turn. We should be in the realm of combo killing our opponent this turn. So Cyclone Shaper, play. You can see this Psychic Ascension just ticking steadily down in our hand as I play all these cards out. The Heart's Whisper. Do this. Probably Heart's Whispering here for non-resources, hoping for the best. Alright, so I can transmog this. Oh, I bought the boat board. Okay, so I could Runebind these things my opponent has in play, or I could just pass to them. With this free Runebind, I'm probably not going to die on their turn with my blockers, so I think I want to just pass to them. Oh wait, this has Mobilize. Holy crap, I'm dumb. Holy crap, I'm dumb. It's like sitting there highlighted for me too. Like, come on, you idiot, play me. Come on, you idiot, play me. We took it so it could have Mobilize. I'm so stupid. So we missed a free troop. Because I could have mobilized that before playing the previous Transmog. I'm such a big dumb stupid. That's kind of scary. This lets them start exhausting down some of my things here. Yep, so this is going to exhaust one more thing, and then I'm going to get to Runebind this Burning Banner again here. And then I can, so these will lose speed, and then I can jump here, eat here, take 9, go to 5, and then hopefully this Heart's Whisper is going to get to Snowball for us next turn. Oh, and we get another Chump Blocker. Nope, never mind, don't even have to go to 5. Just like, get Chump Chump. And we're down 1 Chump Blocker here because of my sequencing last turn. This attack is really aggressive. Why we attacked there? Alright, this Heart's Whisper doesn't brick off. In a good spot here. Shard, that kind of sucks. Well, I should play this Shard and see what action we generate before I played this even. Might have gotten something really good that cost me 6. Race of Tienost, sure. Tron, yeah, sticks of gas. Yeah, I like the Votives. Alright. Can I introduce you to my friends, the Infinite Jump Blockers? I'm gonna Grace of Tienost this Gust Mage, so that way when it comes back, it makes another Valor. Gives us another blocker. Man, if we don't draw a card that draws us cards, our opponent might actually be able to power through everything we have going on here. Because like this demands a lot of Chump Blockers every turn. I'm going to sacrifice this because it comes back thanks to the Grace of Tienost, which makes this another thing. I'm going to go ahead and Valor. This has draw a card on it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and Transmog this Dark Heart to start. Now, actually, I'm going to Transmog the Grim Skull to start. And where's my Consult the Talons at? Light the Votives that now draws a card because we generated a Thunderfield Seer. This How's Wish is pretty good. Let's return something that costs 3 or less for the discard pile to our hand. Alright, back in the sky. I'll have to sacrifice the thing too as well, one of these non-socketed cards. I think we've created plenty of jump blockers here. Yep, we got our little army in a pocket over here. Freddy was on the wall for that one. Man, do I want to play Magic on Saturday? Maddie, are you still here? I should just turbo PA people on Saturday. Holy crap, is this deck good? This deck is so good. I want to drive 2 hours to play Magic. Turbo PO, right? Or I could go play Modern. Like, it's such a tough call, right? Another Haraza deck. This hand doesn't have a diamond threshold in it, but it's got this to Fate Weave a resource to the top of my deck. It's got a Arcane Focus. It's got a Heart's Whisper to Fate Weave another resource, so maybe it's fine. Yay, Diamond Dice. So put this and put a non-resource on top of my deck. I'm gonna go ahead and place Light the Votives out here, generate a Candlekin. Sweet, so I'm doing that. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and play Thunderfield Seer here, and then try and grab the card we prophesize with this. Perfect. So this Light the Votives now has Mobilize and Prophecy, and this one's gonna make 2, so it's gonna make 2 guys that draw a card. Gosh, Arcane Focus is worse than everything else. One of the things I want to try, and this is, I realized, like, I look down and, like, look at what this says right here, but, is cutting resources from this deck greedy? Can I go down to 16 resources? Is that unreasonable? How unreasonable am I if I cut to 16 resources? Is that a thing? I feel like that's a thing I should try. I feel like at the very least I want to be able to say I tried it and it was bad. But I feel like the answer could likely be I tried it and it was great. I don't know. Evaporate, theorize, something. So you can play more ice, right? Jump, 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 jump-a-roo. So opponent's going a little wide here as well. I'm going to go ahead and play Thunderfield Seer out and then Guidance for a non-resource. Great, and a Heart's Whisper. I think I just want a Heart's Whisper this turn. Probably like the last turn. Opponent's deck is going pretty wide here. Okay, there's Cyclone Shapers. Not to hit my champion power yet. I don't think I do. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass here. Good chance we get to combo off next turn. I have no idea what Fentio in the Frostring Arena is, so I don't think I can't really comment on that. All right, we're gonna need to go off next turn. This is actually, I'm excited that my opponent's playing this deck. The deck that my opponent's playing is one of the ones, it seems like it might be a little bit harder matchup for this deck. This is the deck that won the Bash this past weekend, right? Play the Cyclone Shaper. Makes all my stuff free. Big fan of free. I do not need a third Cyclone Shaper. Okay, Psychic Ascension. Can I get a Consult the Talon here? That is not what we are looking for. All right, well, let's transmog this, I guess. You want some of these? Where's your ball? Can you get the ball? Pass the turn here. If they have another Heart of Embers, we're probably dead. Sabertooth. Yeah, I don't really care about that. Plenty of these Dorkos in my hand. We just need to not die inside of this combat. That's the goal, not die. Go to 5 here. That's exactly what we wanted out of life. Do I want to ascend first or second is a question. I think I want to ascend second so I have more resources. But if I ascend first, how many Hearts Whispers have I played? 1. I've already played 2 Whispers. Oh, yeah, I'm going to ascend first. Because if I ascend first, I get to make a 7/7. Or a 7 drop, sorry, not a 7/7. Resource on top. Hopefully with this Transmog or this Runebind, I'm not going to die in this combat step. Ugh. Opponent made a couple of Valors. Runebinding does feel like a Broodbinding this. Maybe I'm supposed to transmog that one in response to them targeting it. It's very possible. Action. Did I bring the Cyclone Shaper back into play? I want to bring another Thunderfield Seer. I feel like I want to bring another Thunderfield Seer back. Troops are invincible till end of turn, alright. Big bucks, no Heart of Embers. Big bucks, no Heart of Embers. Big bucks, no Heart of Embers. When they go to Valor, this guy, I will transmog it in response. That way it doesn't become valorous as an Intrepid Conjurer and it doesn't make a copy of itself. Let's see. Grab it. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Alright, so now I have to transmog this one. It's been a wild game. The Hex standard format is so great. Every time I feel like it's broken and it's hopeless, we're just like... It's just like, Hex is like, hold on, bro, I got you. There's something more busted than what you're doing. You want these? All right, continue to declare defense. All right, so this is gonna eat this guy. This is gonna eat one of these. If I right click on these, they spread out. Yeah, this is gonna eat one of these. This and this are gonna eat here. This is gonna trade here. These two are gonna trade here. This is gonna go 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 here. Good. Right. Wow, we came out of the losing end of that. All right. That's the type of thing we need to win this game. A Heart's Whisper that draws 4 cards, just like we drew. Ooh, woo, woo. I'm gonna take a resource now. Hopefully, a Sapphire one. Oh baby, yeah, this game's over. There's my Empress Ice. Ooh, woo. So Empress of Ice says if you have 5 Sapphire thresholds, your opponent doesn't get to draw. Your opponent doesn't get to ready. Remember when I thought we were going to lose this game? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Ugh. Oh, is it good for you, opponent? Because it's great for me. It is great for me. I'm going to leave this back just in case because he's invincible, so... Oh no! My opponent doesn't want to play Hex anymore! Come back, opponent! Come back! Put these Runebinds and bring in these Into the Unknowns, I think. Fix a bit. Actually, let's just do this. Let's go down shards. Where's everyone has a trust cutting shards? Let's cut 2 resources, bring in 2 3-drops. That seems natural and intuitive, right? Give it the old college best. Get that. Never even know. Cut 2 resources. Never even knew it. So unlucky. Just the gosh darn unluckiest. We're gonna take a non-resource with this first Fate Weave, but the second one's gonna give us a resource. We do want to hit 4 in 4 turns guaranteed in this deck. So many Transmogrifades. Yeah, I have enough of these. I'm just going to burn one on this War-Torn General. Don't give him a 4-3. God bless. Still an Ardent Troop that generates Valors with Hero of Legend, though. Tilt. This one's going to put a non-resource on top of my deck. Pass back to me. Pass back to them? Yep, go ahead. I'm going to Runebind this. Like, have a Stasis Troop. Hopefully they fate move to non-resource to the top. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Man, we're so flooding out here. Drew a 5th resource in our deck. Ah, they put a resource on top. Unlucky. Ooh, I need to Runebind you. Probably. I'll just Transmogrifade it. We're gonna shoot my Candlekin. I'll Cosmic Calling with it. Guidance for now. Not in a great spot here. Okay, that's good one. Non-resource to the top here. Transmogrifade this dork since I know they have a Valor in their hand. Hope not to die this turn. We could theoretically die this turn, right? Probably starts with that. Don't have a shard, 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 don't have a shard. Big bucks, no resource. Big, yeah, okay, fine. Slow shard is fine. Just want a chance to draw a bunch of cards next turn, opponent. Is that asking so much? Are super dead. All right, play it out. Check it. See, wreck it. Hi, Jake. How fitting is it that the first time I've ever bricked on a Cosmic Calling, it's when I cut 2 shards out of my deck post-board. That is literally the first time I have ever bricked on a Cosmic, and I've played this deck a lot. I've played this deck a lot, and that's the first time I have ever bricked on a Cosmic Calling. And it's the first, it's literally the first game we've played with 16 resources in our deck. What are the odds? Never tell me the odds. All right, so we had 5 resources out of our deck, so there were 11 left in however many cards we had there. Well, God, this hand's so good if either of these wells made thresholds. Oh no! Oh no, a 0 resource 6! Oh no! We're so unlucky. Just the gosh darn unluckiest. When you get to 16 resource level of greedy, not even the shuffling algorithm can save you. It's the TLDR from today. That's the best thing that's happened to me all day. Thanks, Burgle. I appreciate. You know what the best part about that was? I didn't pay $12 for the privilege to get RNG'd out of this match. That's the real takeaway here. And paying 3 resources to Cosmic Calling is just like, it's a very similar feeling to getting kicked in the dick if you've never done it before. It's not dissimilar to being punched in the cock. Alright, there's a Heart's Whisper. Get us a 4th resource. Hopefully, if we're professional, we'll draw a 1-drop troop here. Oh, that's actually fine, right? Because this says mobilize. Burgle with the harsh truths. I'm gonna wait on my champion power, I think. I don't think I want to Transmogrifade this because my opponent could play a hate card next turn, like a Wise Magistrate or an Inquisitor of Lumos, and then I want to be able to interact with those. Hopefully they don't take the Cyclone Shaper off the table and we just bury them in the ground next turn. No blocks, take 3. They have removal here for my Cyclone Shaper, who might be in trouble. Yep, see, look. I'm such a powerful wizard. Oh, God. Right. Just right in the dick. What are the odds? Burgle, I need you to tell me the odds. Oh, God. This is encouraging me to cut resources, Burgle, just so we're above the board here. On the list of things that I'm being encouraged to do, cutting resources is among them. It's just super miserable. With you. So next game 14, right? Card Vemberzati. Wait, did that show me what card it turned into? I swear I just saw Bumblebot Crapper there, right? It showed me a Bumblebot Crapper. Did anyone else see that? Huh. I probably just want the Ascension, right? So I can ascend next turn. Oh, God. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. Try not die this turn. Put the non-resource on top. Put this into play. We got a bounty of the Magus. All right, let's go. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, chat fam. Oh, God. Oh, God, we're dead. Because that gave them 2 charges for their champion power. All right. All right. All righty. That felt pretty bad. Pretty bad.